In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how I would go about studying for the AP background exam. So here I have the list of places you need to be able to locate. I'm going to turn it over to the back side so that I can see the countries in the different regions of the world that you'll need to know. And as an example, I'm going to focus on Asia. I printed out a blank outline map of Asia, which you can find on the Haiku website. And I'm going to start by locating all the countries in Asia on this list that I already know, starting with Vietnam. Thailand, I know that one as well. Japan. India. Singapore. Let's say I don't know that one, so I'll skip that. Burma and Myanmar. I'll pretend as if I don't know where that is either and skip that one. Mongolia. China. Cambodia. I'll act as if I don't know where that is either. Indonesia, which is this chain of islands. South Korea. The Philippines. And Pakistan. So I did pretty well labeling my map, but as you can see, there were several places that I did not already know, namely Singapore, Burma, Cambodia. So what I would do is I would then refer to a reference map. You can find this on the Haiku website also. And I would look for those three countries on this map. Burma/Myanmar, I see it listed here. Singapore, really small island just off the coast of Malaysia. I see that now. And then Cambodia, I can see is right next to Thailand. So now that I've looked at where those countries are, I'm going to go back on my blank map and I'm going to fill those countries in. Cambodia, Myanmar, and then Singapore. And notice, if I don't have room to write the name of the country over the actual landmass, I'll just draw an arrow pointing to the country and then I'll label it somewhere else out in the water perhaps where there's more room. So now I've labeled all of the countries on this list. What I'm going to do next is take another blank map of Asia. I'm going to start over and label all of these countries again. And this time around, I'm hoping that I'll be able to label Singapore and label Myanmar and Cambodia without having to refer to my reference map. So let's try that. Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, India, Singapore, which I remember now, just off the coast of Malaysia, Myanmar, Mongolia, China, Cambodia, which I remembered now is next to Thailand, Indonesia, South Korea, Philippines, Pakistan. Excellent. So the second time through, I was able to label everything. Now, if I was still having trouble, I would refer back to my reference map to locate any countries I was not able to find. I would fill them in, and then I would get another blank outline map of Asia and do it a third time until I was able to label all of these countries without using a reference map. Once I was able to do that, I would then move on to a different region. For example, Africa. And I would do the same thing. Now, Africa is a little bit more difficult. A lot of students aren't familiar with Africa, and so that might take a lot more practice than perhaps Asia.